My guest tonight has earned a Master's of Theology degree from Dallas Theological Seminary, a Doctorate of Ministry in Apologetics from Southern Evangelical Seminary in Charlotte, North Carolina, and then founded New Life Church in 2004 just outside the city. Bobby Conway is also the visionary founder and host of the 1 Minute Apologist, a creative YouTube ministry designed to give quick answers to curious questions. I asked Bobby about the term apologetics today and his use of the phrase lifestyle apologetics. What does he mean and why is it important? Here's what he said.
Rob, first let me unpack what the word apologetics means. I know the first time that I heard the word, I was driving down a freeway in Southern California headed for work, and I was a new Christian, and I thought, what in the world are they talking about when they're discussing this word apologetics? And I came to understand that apologetics comes from the Greek word apologia. It means to give a defense for our faith. And so by lifestyle apologetics, what I'm saying is we have to live a lifestyle of being ready to give a defense for our Christian faith. In fact, in 1 Peter 3:15, it says, always be prepared to give an answer or an apologia or a defense for our faith. And so when people ask us for the hope that we have, the Bible tells us in 1 Peter 3:15 to do so with gentleness and respect. But when you look at the context of 1 Peter chapter 3, interestingly enough, it's not so much so as about giving an academic treatise on our belief, though that is a part of apologetics. In that context where Peter is writing, he is saying when people see that you're suffering for Jesus Christ, when you're being persecuted for your faith, and they see you still hoping in the Lord, and they say, tell me, what is it that you hope in, and why do you still have such an amazing hope in spite of this persecution and in spite of the suffering that you're going through? What he's saying is be ready to give a defense. And so our defense then is to be able to share with people why it is that we believe thoroughly in Jesus Christ, that he's the one that can help us through our suffering, that he's the one that we believe in spite of our persecution. And so by a lifestyle apologetic, we can build that out in today's culture where we can just live the gospel on a daily basis in our workplace, in our home, in our neighborhood, missional living. And when people ask us for why it is that we believe what we believe, we want to be prepared to give a defense. And so I think what happens sometimes is people get into apologetics. They love doing it, but it's really just an academic exercise alone. And I think it needs to be coupled with evangelism. Apologetics is merely a tool to help sharpen the way that we do evangelism. And so I think it makes it more effective. When I first became a Christian, I was going out sharing the gospel with 50 to 100 people a week in personal evangelism. I just had a burden to share the gospel, and so my burden took me and taught me. And I would go out to the campuses and share Jesus Christ with people, and people were asking me questions that I didn't know. And I didn't know how to give an answer for my belief. I did not know how to give a defense for my belief. And so by lifestyle apologetics is I am assuming that we're sharing the gospel, that we're living a lifestyle of sharing Christ. And when we do that, we'll need to have a lifestyle apologetic because we're going to come in contact with people of a host of beliefs, especially in our pluralistic culture in Canada, in the United States, where I'm from. There's a melting pot of beliefs, and it becomes important for us to build up a toolkit of answers to the people's questions that they're asking us.